In today's video, I'm gonna share with you how to create a year-round wreath for your front door using flowers. Keep watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I am so excited you're here today because in this video, I'm gonna show you how to create a gorgeous year-round wreath for your front door using flowers. And this is also a giveaway, you guys. One of you will be the lucky winner and get to hang this wreath in your front door. So if you are interested on how to create a gorgeous year-round wreath step by step using flowers, please stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. While you subscribe, don't forget to turn the notification bell on so you are notified about every single update. This is going to be so much fun, and I promise you, you're going to learn a lot about making wreaths. And be sure you watch the whole video because I'm going to be dropping the hints on how you can enter to win this gorgeous wreath so you can hang it on your front door. If you are ready, let's head to the studio and I'm gonna give you all the materials you're going to need. We are going to be needing, of course, a wreath form, and this is the 18-inch form from Walmart. We're also gonna be needing 2 bundles of this beautiful lamb's ear. I'm gonna use 1 bundle of this really pretty grass. I love the texture on this grass. We're gonna use 1 bundle of these really pretty peach cabbage roses, as well as a bundle of this ranunculus that has some of the same peach color in it, and we're gonna blend it, of course, with some white lilac because you guys know I love my flyaways. I'm gonna use a bundle of white lilac, and I'm gonna use 3 white ranunculus. I'm also going to be needing some burlap ribbon, and I'm gonna use 2 bundles of this beautiful eucalyptus, and I forgot to bring out, but I will do that right now. So I'm gonna need 2 wires, 18 gauge wires, and then also some florist tape. All right, so the tools that we're going to need to create this gorgeous wreath is going to be, first of all, my pick machine. If you are a wreath maker and if you make them to sell, in this case, I'm making it to give away, I really recommend to invest in one of these guys. It puts a steel pick at the end of your stem, and as I'm going to show you right here, right now, this has some teeth that is going to hang on to your wreath form. So it is an investment. I'm giving away this wreath, so I'm gonna make it how it's supposed to be done to sell. Then also I'm gonna use my favorite glue pen. Now this glue pen I got on Amazon, is gonna be linked down below, and it is my favorite. I have a few of them, but this one really melts the glue beautifully, and this is what the glue looks like. Now I want you to know that this is a pellet glue. What you have on a hot glue gun is actually just silicone. So this has some adhesive in it, and when it melts, it really becomes sticky and a glue, and is weatherproof. So I really recommend that if you are a wreath maker or a crafter, invest yourself on the pick machine, on this glue pen and the glue pellets. Then also I'm going to need my wire cutters, you guys know I'm obsessed with, and then my scissors. Okay, so let's get on with the giveaway. There's going to be 3 super easy steps that you have to follow so your name is entered on this giveaway. Number 1 is that you have to like the video and share with a friend, including the hashtag Ramon's Wreath. That's going to be step number 1. Let's get back to the video. Okay, so first things first, you guys know I like to start by covering my wire with this florist tape. Now this florist tape, it is special for florists, therefore the name florist tape, and we use it in the industry to cover our wires, to bond stems together, but it has this sticky material that is made out of wax, and it makes it super easy to work with the wire because it won't hurt your fingers. And as you guys can see, covering a wire is super fast. Well, also the experience, you know, I've been doing this for over 12 years. I think I'm going in 13 years. But the way this works is you pull that sticky part of the tape and it becomes tacky with wax. It's kind of like a wax paper, and at the same time has some stickiness to it. And like I said, the reason why you want to do that is because it won't hurt your fingers, and I'll show you in a second what I'm talking about. So now that I'm done covering my wires, I'm gonna bring my ribbon in, and I'm gonna do a bow with this ribbon, and I want short tail, so I'm going to go ahead and start with a dovetail right here because it's going to be a smaller bow. I don't want the bow to overtake my flowers, and the flowers are on the medium size, so I really don't want it to be too big. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pinch right here, and I'm going to do probably about a 5-inch loop, as you guys can see right here. Then I'm gonna twist, and I'm gonna fold down. That is the easiest technique there is if you fold down. Now here's the way to know if you have a good bow, is by folding like this. As you guys can see, this one right here on my thumb, it's smaller, so I have to loosen up and let go and pinch again. And then you can measure again. As you guys can see, that's perfect. So then I'm going to twist. And this is a burlap ribbon that I am obsessed with because the wire, it's really, really good quality. And I am going to link it down below if you guys are looking for a good burlap ribbon that is sturdy and just easy to work with. Obsessed with this one. All right, so I'm gonna do a 5-loop bow. I'm gonna do one more here. I think 5 for a small wreath is perfect. 3 on one side and 2 on the other one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right here. And I'm gonna grab my wire that we covered in florist tape. And as you guys can see, I can pull really tight without hurting my fingers. And that's why you want to cover your wires with this florist tape. Then we open. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fluff like this. Really pull, because once you put that wire in, then you can really pull. And I'm going to dovetail this guy right here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and cut all our stems at the same time, because you guys know that I like to just have them at the ready since the first step is going to be greening. What I like to do is just cut them all at the same height and then adjust later on if we need them to be adjusted. And I like to keep these little guys right here for future stems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this cute little grass one by one because it is easier. And then this particular one right here, we need to cut the little tab that comes with, and they just separate beautifully. And these ones I'm not going to cut until it's ready to insert into my wreath. So now it's time to get started. I'm super excited, so stay tuned. Okay, so this feels like a scavenger hunt and I'm having so much fun. So clue number 2 or step number 2 on how to enter your name to be the winner for this beautiful wreath is going to be, once you share this with your friend with your hashtag Ramon's Wreath, take a screenshot of that share, whether it's on Facebook, on Instagram, or email, or even text, and send it to me on Instagram as a private message so that I can enter your name on the giveaway. Okay, so to get our wreath started, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and first of all take this pesky tag off. We're gonna take it off, and what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my wire that it was covered in the tape, and I'm gonna make a wreath hanger with it. So basically just go down, pull back up, and then create a hanger. As you guys can see right here, just go ahead and twist it like this and then go down again until you can find a place where you can go up, and that's gonna give you a little door hanger that you can add to your door. That easy. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring my bow that I made with a burlap, and I'm going to find a place right here. I want to kind of cut a corner because I want the wreath to cover most of this area. And then I'm going to go back and very tightly, I'm going to twist around, and I'll go back and cut those wires later. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start dipping my stems into the glue, and I'm gonna start greening this area right here. And as I mentioned to you before, and if you've been following this channel, remember that the easiest way to balance any floral, any wreath is what happens up must come down, and what happens on the left happens on the right. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some picks on these stems. As I told you before, this is a giveaway, and I really hope that you are excited to be able to own this and put it in your very own door. And what I like about this pick machine is because, like I told you earlier, it does have those cute little teeth that it really latches to your wreath form. And I'm going to go ahead and right here. I want it to be really thick, so what I'm going to do first is I'm gonna go in the inside first. And what I mean on the inside is just right here until I can find a place where I think I should stop. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to head out. Like that. I think that's a good spot to stop. And always using your pick machine. I'm gonna get it closer to me. If you are making this to sell, I know a lot of you are making this to sell or to give away to family members, then I really do recommend to invest, because that way, if you make it properly, it's going to last a lot longer. So as you guys can see, I just have a row right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the outside first and give it a little bend. Don't be afraid to bend those stems because they're just made out of wire. when you are a florist, you are a little bit more concerned when there are fresh flowers because, well, you don't want to bruise the stem, you don't want to break the stem, because every single stem costs money in the fresh world. However, when they're made out of silk, well, you can always bend them. And as you guys can see, it's getting a lot thicker, and I want that because I want to be very substantial so people can see it on your door from far away. That's how you know it's a good wreath, when people can really see that wreath, doesn't matter the size, from far away. And a lot of you ask me, Ramon, where did you learn how to make wreaths like that? Well, I've been working as a florist. If you are new to the channel, you probably don't know, but I've been working as a floral designer and florist for over 12 years, now going in 13. And I just love doing this kind of work. I love working with flowers. I love designing. It just gives me my juice. And what I also love is teaching, because I feel like everything that you learn, it should be taught to somebody else, and I just love teaching everything that I've learned so far. Now keep in mind that I want to leave a few of them, of each, towards the end, because we might have to fill in. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add this one right here on the top, and then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring this lamb's ear, because it's going to be the bulkiest, so I'm going to cut right here. I'm gonna add a pick, and that pick is going to substitute the rest of the stem. And the shorter you cut your stem, the closer it goes to the form, as you can see right there. So I'm going to add 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. But remember, what goes up must come down. So I added 1 on the top. I'm going to include 1 right here on the bottom. And don't be afraid to add some glue. Remember, this glue is weatherproof. So I'm going to go ahead and add yet another one of these lamb's ear. And this is more like a farmhouse style wreath. This foliage is used more on the farmhouse style than anything else. And so I'm gonna go ahead and come all the way out here. And sometimes it gets tight, but the glue is going to really hang onto the form. Thumbs up if you guys are enjoying these summer videos. I cannot believe this time of the year is already here, and I absolutely love this time of the year. The sun's coming out, the days are longer, and it's just my favorite. All right, so far so good right there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring some of these grasses, and this I wanna cut really short because I don't want it to really take over, because it is a grass, so you want it to cut really short. Then you dip it in as far down as you can. Now your glue does have to be at 360 degrees for it to hang on to the form. And look, that little grass right there, that spike of grass really adds a lot of texture. And if you know me, you know I am all about the texture when it comes down to my wreath making. All right, so I'm gonna add yet another grass right here. Look how cute that is. And remember, what goes up must come down. And so I'm gonna add some down here to the bottom. All right, you guys, well, I'm gonna add a few more grasses to this wreath, and then I'll get all the flowers ready and show you the next step, so keep watching. All right, you guys, well, I'm gonna give you the third and final instruction on how to enter your name to win this beautiful wreath. Number 1 was to share with a friend using the hashtag Ramon's Wreath. It doesn't matter if it's Instagram, Facebook, text message, WhatsApp, however, but you just have to take a screenshot, then send it to me on IG as a private message so that I know that you follow the first instruction. Now the third instruction is to leave a comment down below using the hashtag Ramon's Wreath, so that I know that you follow all the directions, and then your name will be entered. The winner will be announced next Sunday on a brand new video, and I hope you'll come back and tune in. Okay, so now that we have our beautiful burlap ribbon right here and our greenery all in place, it is time to start adding the flowers. And for that, I'm gonna start with these beautiful cabbage roses. So I'm going to measure right about here, and I'm going to put a steel pick on it, because remember that the steel pick is what's gonna help it latch into the form. So I'm gonna pull my bow on this side right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and add it. And I'm gonna grab another one, and remember, what goes up must come down. Always, always, always the best way to balance any floral, if you keep that in mind. So I have one up, one down. And what I want to do is I'm gonna do a set of 2 up here, and then I'm gonna skip, and I'll show you what I mean by skip. So add 2 together, so they look like they kind of grew together like that. Then I'm going to skip one right here and I'm gonna add one right here. Remember, we do have other flowers and it is all about the balancing act of adding flowers, so like that. So there's a set of 3, and then I'm going to add another one down here to do 1. Remember, I like to work with sets of 3s, 2s, and 1. So 2 plus 1, 3, and then I'm gonna add one right here to add a set of 2, not without first dipping into my glue, because I don't want you guys, whoever wins this wreath, to call me and be like, hey Ramon, the wreath fell apart. Not a good look. All right, so that's 3 and 2 on the bottom. So then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab some of these really pretty white ranuncula, and I'm gonna add a pick to it. And I'm going to add 2 down here to make a set of 3. And it's always about doing that math, you guys. So I'm gonna add 1 right there. Then I'm gonna grab another one. And I'm gonna put a pick on it. Remember, the shorter you cut this stem, the closer it goes into the form. And in this particular style of wreaths, we do need it to be closer to the form. So we're going to cut as short as we can. And that's 3, as you guys can see. And I have 1 left that I'm going to add. So now we have a set of 3. I'm gonna add this one right here in the middle to kind of bring the white up. So remember to cut it short. And remember to always bend that stem, because that's how flowers grow. They usually don't grow on like really straight up stems like that. And look how pretty that is. That is really cute. So now the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of these really pretty ranunculus. And what I like about these ranunculus is because it comes in sets of 3s, 2s, and 1s already. So all I have to do is put a pick on it like this. And I'm probably gonna put one right here to blend in all of the colors together. This ranuncula has some orange and some white, which is perfect combination for these florals. Look at that, how pretty is that? Just gorgeous. Then I'm going to add yet another one right here with 2. And now without first dipping into my glue like that. And then I'm gonna bring one in here in the middle, a bigger one, but I have to cut it shorter so it goes closer to the form. Thumbs up if you guys like this combination. I really hope that inspires you to create your very own summer wreath. And if you are making them to sell, well, congratulations. You know, starting your own business sometimes can be daunting, but only those who risk can reap the benefits. So congratulations. I'm gonna add one here to the end. How pretty! I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Then what's really gonna kick it off is going to be this really pretty white lilac. And if you guys been following the channel, you know I am obsessed with this white lilac, or the flyaway is what I call, because it really adds, as you guys will see, that extra daintiness to your wreaths and your floral bouquets. I have a few more to add. Remember to always give them a little bend. I'm gonna add one right here. Like this. Look at that. Then I'm gonna go back here, or up here. Now without adding the pick. Right here. And as you guys can see, it really fills in all of the shape of this wreath. I'm gonna add one right here to kind of end cap it right here. Then I'm gonna go back down here and add some in between flowers. It's all about the balance, you guys. I will never get tired of telling you, it's all about the balance. If you can balance your flowers, you'll always have absolutely gorgeous wreaths, because it is all about the balance. Okay, so now I'm gonna go hang it on the door and show you what it looks like. Keep watching. Well, that's all I have for today, and I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did sharing it with you. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share with a friend, and let them know what we're doing here at Ramon at Home. And don't forget to enter your name, follow the instructions on this beautiful giveaway. The winner will be announced next Sunday on a brand new video, and I hope you will come back and tune in. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you can watch this one right here, where I show you how to create a gorgeous, beautiful wreath using lemons, or you can just watch more videos right now. Consider subscribing, and until next time, bye.